हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री ललिताष्टकम वैश्ल रूप गोस्वामी। राधा मुकुंद पद संभव घर्म बिंदु, निर्मंचनोपकरणी कृतदेह लक्षाम, उत्तुंग सौहृद विशेष वशात् प्रगल्भां, देवीं गुणय सुललितां ललितां नमामि। राकासुधा किरणमण्डलकान्तिदण्डी, वक्त्रश्रियं चकितचारुचमूरुनेत्रां, राधाप्रसाधनविधानकलाप्रसिद्धां, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। लासोल्लसद्भुजगशत्रुपतत्रचित्र, पट्टांशुकाभरणकञ्चुलिकाञ्चिताङ्गीं, गोरोचनारुचिविगर्हणगौरिमाणं, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। धूर्ते व्रजेन्द्रतनये तनुसुष्ठुवाम्यं, मा दक्षिणाभवकलङ्किनीलाघवाय, राधे गिरं शृणुहितामिति शिक्षयन्तीं, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। राधामभिव्रजपते कृतमात्मजेन, कूटं मनागपि विलोक्य विलोहिताक्षीं, वाग्भङ्गिभिस्तमचिरेण विलज्जयन्तीं, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। वात्सल्यवृन्दवसतिं पशुपालराज्ञा, सख्यानुशिक्षणकलासु गुरुं सखीनां, राधाबलावरजजीवितनिर्विशेषां, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। यां कामपि व्रजकुले वृषभानुजाया, प्रेक्ष्य स्वपक्षपदवीमनुरुध्यमानां, सद्यस्तदिष्टघटनेन कृतार्थयन्तीं, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। राधाव्रजेन्द्रसुतसङ्गमरङ्गचर्यां, वर्यां विनिश्चितवतीमखिलोत्सवेभ्यः, तां गोकुलप्रियसखीनिकुरम्बमुख्यां, देवीं गुणयसुललितां ललितां नमामि। नन्दन्नमूनिललिता गुणलालितानि, पद्यानि यः पठति निर्मलदृष्टिरष्टौ, प्रीत्या विकर्षति जनं निजवृन्दमध्ये, तं कीर्तिदा पतिकुलोज्ज्वलकल्पवल्ली। श्री राधा कृपा कटाक्ष कस्तवराज, स्पोकन बाय श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव। मुनीन्द्रवृन्दवन्दिते त्रिलोकशोकहारिणि, प्रसन्नवक्त्रपङ्कजे निकुञ्जभूविलासिनि, व्रजेन्द्रभानुनन्दिनि व्रजेन्द्रसूनुसङ्गते, कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम्। अशोकवृक्षवल्लरीवितानमण्डपस्थिते, प्रवालवालपल्लवप्रभारुणाङ्घ्रिकोमले, वराभयस्फुरत्करे प्रभूतसम्पदालये, कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम्। अनङ्गरङ्गमङ्गलप्रसङ्गभङ्गुरभ्रुवं, सविभ्रमं ससम्भ्रमं दृगन्तबाणपाटनैः, निरन्तरं वशीकृतप्रतीतिनन्दनन्दने, कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम्। तडित्सुवर्णचम्पकप्रदीप्तगौरविग्रहे, मुखप्रभापरास्तकोटि शारदेन्दुमण्डले, विचित्रचित्रसञ्चरच्चकोरशावलोचने, कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् मदोन्मदाति यौवने प्रमोदमानमण्डिते प्रियानुरागरञ्जिते कलाविलासपण्डिते अनन्यधन्यकुञ्जराज्यकामकेलिकोविदे कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अशेषहावभावधीरहीरहारभूषिते प्रभूतशातकुम्भकुम्भकुम्भिकुम्भसुस्तनि प्रशस्तमन्दहास्यचूर्णपूर्णसौख्यसागरे कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् मृणालवालवल्लरी तरङ्गरङ्गदोर्लते लताग्रलास्यलोलनील लोचनावलोकने ललल्लुलन्मिलन्मनोज्ञमुग्धमोहनाश्रिते कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् सुवर्णमालिकाञ्चितत्रिरेखकम्बुकण्ठगे त्रिसूत्रमङ्गलीगुणत्रिरत्नदीप्तिदीधिति सलोलनीलकुन्तलप्रसूनगुच्छगुम्फिते कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् नितम्बबिम्बलम्बमानपुष्पमेखलागुणे प्रशस्तरत्नकिङ्किणी कलापमध्यमञ्जुले करीन्द्रशुण्डदण्डिकावरोह सौभगोरुके कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अनेकमन्त्रनादमञ्जुनूपुरारवस्खलत् समाजराजहंसवंशनिकवनाटिगौरवे विलोलहेमवल्लरी विडम्बिचारुचक्रमे कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अनन्तकोटिविष्णुलोकनम्रपद्मजार्चिते हिमाद्रिजा विरिञ्चजा वरप्रदे अपार सिद्धिरिद्धिदिक्तसत्पदाङ्गुलीनखे कदा करिष्यसि मां कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् मुखेश्वरी क्रियेश्वरी स्वधेश्वरी सुरेश्वरी त्रिवेदभारतीश्वरी प्रमाणशासनेश्वरी रमेश्वरी क्षमेश्वरी प्रमोदकाननेश्वरी व्रजेश्वरी व्रजाधिपे श्रीराधिके नमोऽस्तुते इतीममद्भुतं स्तवं निशम्य भानुनन्दिनी करोतु सन्ततं जनं कृपाकटाक्षभाजनं भवेत्तदैव सञ्चितत्रिरूपकर्मनाशनं भवेत्तदा व्रजेन्द्रसूनुमण्डलप्रवेशनम् श्रीनन्दनन्दनाष्टकम् सुचारुवक्त्रमण्डलं सुकर्णरत्नकुण्डलं सुचर्चिताङ्गचन्दनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुदीर्घनेत्रपङ्कजं शिखिखण्डमूर्धजम् अनङ्गकोटिमोहनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनम् सुनासिकाग्रमौक्तिकं स्वच्छन्ददन्तपङ्क्तिकं नवाम्बुदाङ्गचिक्कणं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं करेण वेणुरञ्जितं करिकजिन्दगञ्जितं दुकूलपीतशोभनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनम् त्रिभङ्गदेहसुन्दरं नखद्युतिसुधाकरम् अमूल्यरत्नभूषणं नमामि नन्दनन्दनम् सुगन्ध अङ्गसौरभम् उरोविराजिकौस्तुभं स्फुरच्छ्रीवत्सलाञ्छनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनम् वृन्दावनस्सुनागरं विलासनुगवाससं सुरेन्द्रगर्वमोचनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनम् व्रजाङ्गनासुनायकं सदा सुखप्रदायकं जगन्मनप्रलोभनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं श्रीनन्दनन्दनाष्टकं पठेत् यः श्रद्धयान्वितः तरेद्भवाब्धिं दुस्तरं लभेत्तदङ्घ्रियुगमकम् श्री राधा कुंडाष्टकम व श्री रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी वृषभधनुजनाशान् नर्मधर्मोक्तिरङ्गैर्निखिल निज सखीभिर्यत्स्वहस्तेन पूर्णम् प्रकटितमपि वृन्दारण्यराज्ञा प्रमोदैस् तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे व्रजभुविमुरशत्रो प्रेयसी नाम्नि कामैर् असुलभमपि तूर्णं प्रेमकल्पद्रुमं तम् जनयति हृदि भूमौ स्नातुरुच्चैप्रियं यत् तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अघरिपुरपि यत्नादत्र देव्या प्रसाद प्रसरकृतकटाक्ष प्राप्तिकामप्रकामम् अनुसरति यद उच्चैः स्नानसेवानुबन्धैस्तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे व्रजभुवनसुधांशो प्रेमभूमिर्निकामम् व्रजमधुरकिशोरी मौलिरत्नप्रियेव परिचितमपि नाम्ना यच्चते नैव तस्यास् तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अपि जन इह कश्चित् यस्य सेवा प्रसादे प्रणयसुरलता स्यात् तस्य गोष्ठेन्द्रसूनो सपदि किल मद ईशा दास्य पुष्पप्रशस्या तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे तटमधुरनिकुञ्जा क्लिप्तनामान उच्चैर्निजपरिजनवर्गे संविभाजाश्रितास्ते मधुकररुतरम्या यस्य राजन्ति काम्यास्तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे तटभुवि वरवेद्यां यस्य नर्मातिहृदयां मधुरमधुरवार्तां गोष्ठचन्द्रस्य भङ्ग्या प्रथयति मिथ ईशा प्राणसख्यालिभिः सा तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अनुदिनमतिरङ्गै प्रेममत्तालिसङ्गैर्वरसरसिजगन्धैर्हारिवारि प्रपूर्णे विहरत इह यस्मिन् दम्पतितौ प्रमत्तौ तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे अविकलमतिदेव्याश्चारुकुण्डाष्टकं यः परिपठति तदीयो लासिदास्यार्पितात्मा अचिरमिह शरीरे दर्शयतेव तस्मै मधुरिपुरतिमोदे श्लिष्यमाणां प्रियां ताम् तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे तदतिसुरभिराधा कुण्डमेवाश्रयो मे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय We are continuing our reading of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 88, and we are reading the purport to verse 8. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yasyaham Anugranami Harishe Tadhanam Shanai Tato Dhanam Tejant Asya Swajana Dukkha Dukkhitam. The personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, said to Maharaj Yudhishthir, if I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another. And we are reading the purport. We have to start from here. But if the Lord is so compassionate to his devotees, why does he expose them to special suffering? This is answered by an analogy. A very affectionate father takes the responsibility of restricting his children's play and making them go to school. He knows that this is a genuine expression of his love for them, even if the children fail to understand. Children may want to play, but the father says, no, 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 chalo, now stop playing. Oh, but it is so much fun, Dad, we're just having a blast. No, go to school. Similarly, the Supreme Lord Vishnu is mercifully strict with all his dependents, not only with immature devotees struggling to become qualified. Even perfect saints like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, and Yudhishthir Maharaj were subjected to great tribulations, all for their glorification. After the battle of Kurukshetra, Shri Bhishmadev described to King Yudhishthir his wonder at this. Bhishma Dev is describing his wonder. Why the devotees of Krishna suffer? Yatra dharma suto raja gada panir vrikodaraha krishnostri gandivam chapam surit krishnastato vipat nayasya karhi chidrajan puman vetti vidhitsitam यद विजिज्ञासया युक्ता मुह्यन्ति कवयोऽपि हि. Mahatma Bhishma Dev, lying on his Sharashayya, is telling Yudhishthir Maharaj, oh, how wonderful is the influence of inevitable time. It is irreversible. Otherwise, how can there be reversals in the presence of Dharmaraj Sutta, King Yudhishthir, the son of Dharmaraj? Bhim, the great fighter with club. Vrikodar, Bhim is there. Gandhivdhari Arjun is there, the greatest archer. And above all, the direct Surit, well-wisher of the Pandavas, Krishna is there. Surit Krishna, Tato Vipat, still Vipatti came. Krishna is there. Yudhishthir is Dharma personified. Bhim is strength personified. Arjun is skill personified. Tato Vipat, still Vipatti came. Why? Oh, it is all influence of time. It is Krishna's plan. O King Yudhishthir, no one can know the plan of Lord Shri Krishna, even though great philosophers inquire exhaustively. Muhyanti kavayopihi. Even the learned scholars, philosophers are bewildered. They cannot understand. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.9.15 and 16. Very beautiful verses spoken by Sri Bhishma Dev. Yatra dharma suto raja gada panir vrikodaraha कृष्णोस्त्री गांडिवम चापम सुहृत कृष्णस्ततो विपत नय अस्य कर्हिचित राजन पुमान वेत्ति विधित्सितम तद विजिज्ञासया युक्ता मुह्यन्ति कवयोपि. Although a Vaishnava's happiness and distress are felt as pleasure and pain, just like ordinary karmic reactions, they are different in a significant sense. Material happiness and distress arising from karma leave a subtle residue, the seed of future entanglement. Such enjoyment and suffering tend toward degradation and increase the danger of falling into hellish oblivion. Happiness and distress generated from Supreme Lord Krishna's desires, however, leaves no trace after their immediate purpose has been served. Moreover, the Vaishnava who enjoys such reciprocation with Lord Krishna is in no danger of falling down into nescience. As Sri Yamaraj, the Lord of Death and the judge of all departed souls, declares, Jivhanavakti Bhagavad Gunanamadheyam Chetaschana Smarati Taccharanarvindam Krishnaya no namatiya shira ekadapi tananayadvamasato krita vishnu krityan. Shri Yamaraj is addressing his servants, the Yamadutas. My dear servants, Tan anayadhvam. Please bring to me only those sinful persons. Asato krita. Asato krita. Vishnu krityam. Bring me those sinful persons, asato, who do not use their tongues to chant the holy name and qualities of Krishna. Jivhana Vakti Bhagavad Guna Namadheyam. Whose hearts do not remember the lotus feet of Krishna even once. Chetas Chana Smarati Taccharanarvindam. Whose heads do not bow down even once before Lord Krishna. Krishnaya no namati yat shira ekadapi. Even once they have not bowed down to Krishna. Bring me those people. And send me those people who do not perform their duties towards Vishnu. Akrita Vishnu Krityam. Akrita Vishnu Krityam. Bring me those people who don't perform their duty towards Vishnu. Vishnu says, Satam Kirtayanto Mam, Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto, Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. Those who are not doing this, Akrita Vishnu Krityan, bring them to me. Because these are the only duties in human life. What? Using the tongue to chant the name and guna of Bhagavan Krishna. Using our mind to remember the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Using our head to bow down in front of Lord Krishna. And using our entire body to perform work given to us, delegated to us by Krishna. Our duty towards Krishna. And in Kali Yuga, Prabhu ka hai Vaishnav Seva Nama Sankirtan. Dui kara. Do two things. Vaishnav Seva, Nam Sankirtan. Elsewhere, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Srila Sanatana Goswami, Jibe doya name ruchi Vaishnava Sevan, eitin chhadi dharma nahi suna sanatan. Only three things you have to do. Jibe doya, preach. Name ruchi, chant the holy name with taste. Vaishnava Sevan, and serve the Vaishnavas. Eitin chhadi dharma nahi shuno sanatan. Other than these three, there is no dharma. O Sanatana Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, there is nothing else to do for the jiva other than these three things. Jive doya, preach to others. Bring them to Krishna consciousness. Talk to them about Krishna. Remind them of Krishna. Engage them in the service of Krishna. Jive doya. In this way, show compassion to them. Go out and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly so the people can hear. Animals and birds can hear. Trees and plants can hear. Krishnot Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritam Bho Nidhi Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakam. Jibe doya, Name Ruchi, chant the name in Japa and Kirtan, and Vaishnava Sevan, and serve the devotees. Serve the devotees, help the devotees, encourage the devotees, offer some menial service to them. Mahaprabhu would pick up the clothes of the devotees. He would offer to wash their clothes in Ganga. He would bring them Raj from the bank of Ganga so they could do tilak. He would offer to fold their clothes. If some Vaishnava came to Ganga to fill water for household duties, he would offer to fill their pot with water and carry it on his head all the way to their home. Bhavuk Nimai. Jive doya name ruchi Vaishnava Sevan, eitin chhadi dharma nahi suno sanatan. Jivhana Vakti Bhagavad Gunanamadheyam Chetaschana Smarati Taccharanarvindam Krishnaya no namati yachira ekadapi Tananayadvamasato krita Vishnu krityan. Please bring to me all such fools and rascals, asat, who don't chant the name of Krishna, who don't glorify Krishna, who don't remember Krishna's lotus feet, who don't bow down their head at the lotus feet of Krishna, and who don't do Krishna's work in this world. जारे देख तारक कह कृष्ण उपदेश हमारा ज्ञ गुरु है तार ए देश. This is Mahaprabhu's order. One who is not doing this is akrit Vishnu Krityan. Bhagavatam 6.3.29. Very important verse. The beloved devotees of Lord Krishna do not regard as very troublesome the sufferings he imposes on them. Indeed, they find that in the end it gives rise to unlimited pleasure, just as a stinging ointment applied by a physician cures his patient's infected eye. In addition, suffering helps protect the confidentiality of devotional service by discouraging intrusions by the faithless. And it also increases the eagerness with which the devotees call upon the Lord to appear. Please pay attention, my dear friends. Two things are being spoken of in this sentence. One, why devotees suffer? Devotees suffer so that the insincere, faithless people will not make a false show of devotional service. Imagine if by chanting 16 rounds, we are all going to have $1 million jobs, we are all going to have perfect health, then everybody will start chanting 16 rounds. Not to love Krishna, but for material gains. मंदिर में देखा है ना, जय राधा माधव के समय 10 जन, श्लोका रिसाइटेशन के समय 20 जन, क्लास के स्टार्टिंग में 30 जन, क्लास के बीच में 50 जन, क्लास के एंड में 60 जन, प्रसादम लाइन में 150 लोग. दिस इज समथिंग वी हैव सीन. Therefore, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj stopped sweet dish in Radha Gopinath Mandir, stopped puri. Only rice, dal, and little sabji is offered now to discourage the faithless from coming. Because they used to come and stand in the line. They would not go to the temple only. They would directly come 2 minutes before Prasadam started, and there's a whole line of non-devotees. And बेचारे devotees would not get prasad. जो पहले से आके बैठे हैं, तुलसी आरती से आके बैठे हैं, उनको ही नहीं मिलता था. So Maharaj said, just make the prasad very simple. तो फिर सब आना बंद हो गए. फिर कूपन सिस्टम भी शुरू किया. Why this thing? So that the insincere faithless who just want to make a show or who want to use bhakti for their own purpose. हम भक्ति करेंगे फिर धन संपत्ति घर आवे, जय जगदीश हरे, ऐसे लोगों को डिस्करेज करने के लिए दिन दिल से, अरे बाप रे बाप, द्रौपदी वस्त्रहरण, हाय 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 हाय, पांडव लोगों को जंगल भेज दिया, वनवास. नो नो, बेटर नॉट डू भक्ति. Either they say there is no Bhagwan because devotees suffer, or they go to demigods. This is Krishna's plan to test the real devotees and separate them from the Karmakandi people. Suffering, look at here. This purport is very important. Try to understand this. Suffering helps protect the confidentiality of bhakti by driving away the faithless. They will not come into bhakti because they say, अरे devotees तो बेचारे एकदम गरीब रहते हैं, एक मंदिर बनाने को पैसा नहीं उनके पास, और इधर से डजन भर अलग अलग मंदिर बन गए. शिव दुर्गा मंदिर बन गया, ये मंदिर बन गया, वो मंदिर बन गया, साईं बाबा का मंदिर बन गया, और डिवोटीज को नहीं है. इनके पास भगवत गीता है, भागवतम है, चैतन्य चरितामृत है, पर मंदिर नहीं है. डिवोटीज के पास पैसा नहीं है, डिवोटीज के पास कुछ हैप्पीनेस नहीं है. दे आर सफरिंग. लुक, वी आर एंजॉयिंग इन रेस्टोरेंट्स, वी आर गोइंग ऑन नाइस वेकेशंस. डिवोटीज कुछ नहीं करते, बैठे रहते, वही गीता, वही कीर्तन, वही महामंत्र. Who wants to be devotee? The faithless will think like this and they will not come into devotion. This is how the Confidentiality of bhakti is protected by Krishna. Only those who want sincerely to love Krishna, they will come. Because they see there is no difference between a devotee and non-devotee. Devotee also gets COVID, non-devotee gets COVID. Devotee gets cancer, non-devotee gets cancer. Devotee dies, non-devotee dies. Devotee has to work, non-devotee has to work. When there is inflation, both are affected. When there is recession, both are affected. When there are layoffs, both are affected. अरे तो क्यों करे भक्ति फिर? एंजॉय करो. क्यों उठे सवेरे? क्यों बैठे चैंट करे? पीठ दुखती है यार. उससे अच्छा बढ़िया वॉक को जाएंगे, लाफिंग क्लब ज्वाइन करेंगे, लायंस क्लब ज्वाइन करेंगे, रोटरी क्लब ज्वाइन करेंगे, मित्र समाज क्लब ज्वाइन करेंगे, ये करेंगे वो करेंगे. Suffering of the devotees helps protect the confidentiality of devotional service, bhakti marg, by discouraging intrusion by the ashraddhavan, faithless people. श्रद्धावान जन है, श्रद्धावान जन है, प्रभुर आज्ञा है पाए मागे भिक्षा. बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा. नदी यागो द्रुम में नित्यानंद महाजान. Shraddhavan. The price we have to pay is Shraddha. And secondly, what happens is by devotee suffering, now devotee is suffering. He feels the pain, he feels the distress of this material world. So, what happens when the devotees suffer? It increases the eagerness with which the devotees call the name of Krishna. Govinda Dwarakavasi, Krishna Gopi Jana Priya. That call of Draupadi came because she was suffering. She was being humiliated. She was embarrassed. She was distressed. And then what was the quality of that call? Krishna later on told Draupadi, Draupadi, that one name that you chanted in the Kuru Sabha that day, it has purchased me. There's nothing I can do to repay you. I can appear hundreds of times and give you hundreds and millions of yards of sari, but I cannot repay you for that one call, that one Shuddha Naam that you chanted. So when devotees suffer, their intensity of bhajan, their intensity of chanting increases tremendously. I remember a friend of mine, his wife got diagnosed with breast cancer when she was in her 30s. And she underwent surgery, underwent some radiation, and then underwent chemotherapy and then hormonal therapy. And as she was recovering from chemotherapy, all the hair was gone, two children, suffering so much. Husband has to manage his job, IT job, and take care of the wife, take care of children, take the wife for chemo sessions. So much suffering. And then she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Hare Krishna. And I was talking to them. And both of them told me one thing only. They said, Prabhuji, please, हमारे लिए प्रे करना है तो एक ही प्रे करो कि हम ये डिफिकल्ट समय कभी भूले ना. Because this period will pass. Good times will come. Matra sparshasthu kaunteya. Shitoshna sukha dukkhada. Sukh comes, dukh comes. Good times come, bad times come. But Prabhuji, please pray for us that when good times come, we don't forget these bad times. अभी हम जो शेल्टर ले रहे हैं कृष्णा का, अभी हम जो डिवोटीज के प्रेयर्स का शेल्टर, एवरी डिवोटी वी मीट, we see them as so sincere. We see them so better off and we tell them, प्रभु प्लीज प्रे फॉर माता जी, प्लीज प्रे फॉर मी, प्लीज हमारे लिए प्रे करना. बहुत बुरा समय चल रहा है. पर प्रभु जी ऐसा ना हो कि जब अच्छा समय आए हम हमारे बुरे समय को भूल जाए. प्लीज ऐसा प्रे करो हमारे लिए. And even now they are such nice devotees. Such nice devotees. I think this mentality is so pure, that I never want to forget my sufferings. Because at the time of suffering, we become very sincere in Krishna consciousness and we become very humble. देखो, a devotee who is being slapped by Maya, who is being kicked by Maya, will never criticize anybody. है ना? एकदम humble रहता है वो. इतना परेशान है बेचारा. He doesn't see fault. He has no time to criticize. He is just somehow surviving and praying to Krishna, taking shelter of Krishna. But when things are going our way, when we are getting success, we are getting wealth, we are getting fame, we are successful in our preaching, we are successful in our services, that is when we think हमसे बढ़कर कौन. We become proud. And that is when we criticize devotees. That is when we see faults in them. So this wonderful devotee couple requested me to pray like that we should never forget this cancer, this chemotherapy, this fear of death. What will happen to the two kids if the mother dies young? So, suffering of the devotee increases the eagerness with which devotees call upon Lord Krishna to appear. So many wonderful points in this purport. That's why we are taking 4 days to read it. If the devotees of Lord Vishnu were complacently happy all the time, Krishna would never have a reason to appear in this world as Krishna, as Ramachandra, as Narasimha, as Varahadev, and so on. Because you see, every time Krishna appears, it is Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. When everybody has become Vyakul because of the enemies of the Devatas, Indrari Vyakulam Lokam, then Mridayanti Yuge Yuge, to protect them, to save them. Krishna comes again and again. There is no incarnation of Krishna where everything is going nice, there is a party going on, there is everybody, devotees are happy, and then Krishna appears. Every time Krishna appears, it is when the devotees are in distress. Whether it is Ram avatar, सब परेशान थे. Narasimha avatar, सब परेशान. It describes that Hiranyakashipu, the Devatas say he was like a meningitis. Meningitis for us. Such a pain he was. Whether it is Hiranyaksha को मारने के लिए वराह भगवान आए. Any incarnation you see. Read the first chapter of the Adi Lila of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. See under what conditions Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Devotees इतने सफर कर रहे थे. Devotees had become a very small minority. एक डजन भर devotees बचे थे सिर्फ नवद्वीप में. बाकी सब कर्मकांडी थे या पाषंडी थे. Atheists or materialistic people. Devotees were ridiculed. Literally एक डजन devotees बाकी थे सिर्फ. वो बेचारे अद्वैत आचार्य घर पे अपना सत्संग करते थे और रोते थे, क्या हुआ है ये? कलयुग इतने जल्दी इतना पुष्ट हो गया, कोई भक्ति का लेश भी बचा नहीं समाज में. लोग अपने बच्चों के विवाह पे लाखों करोड़ों रुपए खर्च करते हैं और जन्माष्टमी को 11 रुपए भी देते नहीं है. दिस इज ऑल डिस्क्राइब्ड इन चैतन्य भागवत. No devotional songs, nothing. They were saying, Krishna, you come and save the world. So Krishna comes when devotees suffer. Now tell me, should devotees suffer or not? Krishna comes when devotees are in trouble. So should devotees be in trouble or not? परित्राणाय साधूनाम, साधुओं को बचाने के लिए. त्राणाय कारुण्य घन घनत्वम. जब दवाग्नि में अभी भस्म होने की का समय आया है, तो फिर त्राणाय कारुण्य घना घना, द मर्सीफुल क्लाउड ऑफ रेन हैज कम टू एक्सटिंग्विश द फॉरेस्ट फायर. दैट सेम वर्ड इज यूज्ड. त्राणाय कारुण्य घना घनत्वम परित्राणाय साधूनाम. When the sadhus are burning in samsara davanala, then Krishna and his associates, they appear to deliver the pious, to annihilate the miscreants. अगर miscreants नहीं रहेंगे तो कृष्णा विल नॉट कम इन दिस वर्ल्ड। ये दुष्ट दमन लीला केवल इस भौतिक जगत में ही होती है। एज वेल एज टू री एस्टैब्लिश द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ रिलीजन। धर्म संस्थ मीन्स क्या? धर्म की ग्लानि हो गई। सो कृष्णा विल कम व्हेन देर इज एब्सेंस ऑफ धर्म, देर इज इंक्रीज ऑफ नॉन डिवोटीज, एंड द डिवोटीज आर इन ट्रबल। परित्राणाय साधूनाम विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। I appear myself millennium after millennium to re-establish dharma. And without Lord Krishna showing himself on earth in his original form of Krishna and in the various incarnations, his faithful servants in this world would have no opportunity to enjoy his Ras Leela and other pastimes. All these pastimes will not happen if yada hi dharmasya glani, yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam paritranaya sadhunam. Krishna comes and then all the leelas happen, like Rasa Leela. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here counters a possible objection. Please listen carefully. What fault would there be in God's incarnating for some other reason than to deliver saintly persons from suffering? परित्राणाय साधुनाम के अतिरिक्त कोई और कारण से भगवान यदि अवतरित होते हैं तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? The learned Acharya, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he himself gives the answer, responds, yes, my dear brother, this makes good sense, but you are not expert in understanding spiritual moods. Please listen. Why devotees suffer? Are you ready, dear devotees? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, why devotees suffer? Please listen. It is at night that the sunrise becomes attractive. Without night, cannot appreciate Suryodaya. During the hot summer, it is during the hot summer that cold water gives comfort. Ah. It is during the cold winter months that warm water is very pleasing. Lamplight appears attractive only in darkness, not in the glaring light of the sun during the day. And it is when one is distressed by hunger, जब बहुत भूख लगती है, that is when food tastes especially good. You go on a long flight, you're traveling somewhere, and there is no prasad. And then you go to the devotee's house, and there's a nice feast, and you're hungry, and there is nice prasad. Then it feels very good. In other words, please listen, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, in other words, to strengthen his devotees' mood of dependence on him, to increase the devotees' dependence on Krishna, and to increase the longing of the devotees for Krishna, Utkantha, Laulyam, the Lord arranges for his devotees to go through some suffering. And when he appears in order to deliver them, their gratitude and transcendental pleasure are boundless. Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayache. That's what happens when Krishna appears to deliver them. But for Krishna to appear, we have to go through suffering. Because suffering will make us humble, suffering will make us serious, suffering will take away our complacency, and suffering will increase the intensity of our prayers, the sincerity of our prayers, the desperation of our prayers will be increased by suffering. And the faithless will be driven away from bhakti. अरे बाप रे बाप, ततो विपत, नहीं नहीं, भक्ति नहीं करेंगे, कृष्णा की भक्ति नहीं करेंगे. So this is why devotees suffer. So what should we do when we are suffering? We should become even more sincere in our bhakti. We should take more shelter of Krishna. We should call out to Krishna and tell Krishna that, Krishna, I have a mountain of sin for which I am meant to suffer. but I know you are in control. I am your devotee. You do whatever you want with me. I am yours. You do whatever you want with me. I am yours. My only prayer is Aham Hare Tava Padaikamula Dasanudaso Bhavitasmi Bhuya Manah Smareta Supatergunamste Grinitava Karma Karotu Kaya Nanakapristham न च पार्यमेष्ठम न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यम न योगसिद्धिर् अपुनर्भवं वा समञ्जसत्वे विरहे आकांक्षे अजातपक्षा इव मातरं खगा स्तन्यं यथावत्सतरश्चुदर्था प्रियं प्रियैव विशुतं विषण्णा मनोरविन्दाक्षदिदृक्षते त्वाम् ममोत्तमश्लोक जनेषु सख्यं संसारचक्रभ्रमतस्वकर्मभिः तन्माययात्मात्मजदारगेहेश आसक्तचित्तस्य न नाथ भूया हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. As Vritrasur Maharaj's neck has been cut slowly by the thunderbolt of Indra, these are the prayers that Vritrasur was offering to Krishna. We'll discuss them some other time. This is why devotees suffer. Dukha dukkhitam. So, suffering is essential for our spiritual progress. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण
प्रणाम
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्ण.
प्रभु जी.
हाँ प्रभु.
प्रभु